What's up guys, my name is Asis Sharma and welcome back to my video. Sorry guys, I have not done live or I have not uploaded any videos recently. Today we are going to learn some basic programming of JavaScript and C# in Unity. We're gonna learn the basic. First thing what you need to do is go to the hierarchy and then create a plane, and then make the plane bigger so we can use it as our ground layer. Make it bigger, and then create a cube. First thing, we are going to make a cube movement. What you can do is to make the scene looks nice and cool, you can go to Google and let's say pen texture, and then go to images, and then let's actually write ground texture, and then you can get one of them, but let's select a concrete. You can, of course, you have the options to select, so we're gonna select get a footpath. And we can pick any of those, any one is fine. We're gonna save this one, save the picture, so already exist, but we can go to pictures and then get the better one. So I'll probably choose this one. You can simply drop and drag it to Unity and then drag this picture to the ground, so it's not that difficult to do that. And then we can of course make the plane position 0, 0, 0. We can make this one a little bit smaller so cube fits on it, so we can change it to 0, 0, 0, and then there you go, it should be up there. So when you actually move it, it may feel like moving when you have this texture. So let's make it a little bit big. Yep, there you go, cube. We're gonna give cube a nice material, so let's say cube, and then give that a good color, so we can use blue for this. So there you go, so cube has a nice blue color. We can delete the main camera, just double click on camera, so you can see what's going on the scene. You can customize your camera. After that is done, we can create a folder, say scripts, and first thing we're gonna create is a JavaScript. Of course, we're gonna go into the C# and then do the cube movement. So let it open. It may take a few minutes. So for the scripting, it has the default software built in. It's MongoDB Love. It's designed for Unity, so we can delete this function is start, and then start from function update. So if input dot get key, then we can give it a bracket, or make it say dot bracket key code dot, and you can give it a up arrow, let's say up arrow, or you can go forward and then say when you press up arrow we want it to do something. So let's say transform dot translate, TRANSLATE, translate bracket. So we'll give it a nice opening bracket and say vector 3 and say give it a opening bracket and then say 0 0 probably 0 1 0. So that way close the bracket by double bracket as you have two opening bracket right there, and end the script with semicolon. Let's go to Unity, select our cube, drag the cube movement to the inspector, and now press on up arrow. As we have arrow there, it moves up. So we can always go back to our code script and then change our script. So let's put 1 at the front and save it and hit up arrow. We have problem there. So if we can go back to our script, set 0 and then change the last one to 1. So that way when you play it, it's moving forward, as you can see. So now we can do is go to cube, go back to your script, go back to your script. You can copy this script and go down and paste it, and the matter, it's just a matter of a little bit changing. You don't have to write whole script and then waste your time. So what you can do is copy and paste it and then just change the up arrow to down arrow and then change the 1 to -1. So when you press down arrow, the cube moves backward, just like that. And now what we can add is go left and right. So you can copy this script and modify it, or you can create your own. So just change this to left or right arrow, there, and then you can change the numbers. So change this to 5 if you want it to go faster, or you can say 0.5 so it's slower moving onto the sideways. So let's copy this script and go down, paste it, do the same thing, change it to left arrow. Sorry about that. So left arrow and change this +5 to negative. And now if we go and hit play, and when you move, oh, there's something wrong. So when you press left and right, it goes up and down, and it goes through our ground plane. So we need to go back to the script, delete this, change it to 0, and change this one to -5, -0.5, and then change this, delete this one, and then go back there and then change it to 0.5. Now if you test your game, it should work perfectly fine, just like that. So you got going up and back, so forward, backward, and left and right. So it should work. Now what we can do is give it a nice little gravity. So let's see, I'll show you the error. If we have the collider there, so basic collider, and then if we can give it a nice little we can give it a red texture, so red, and then make it red and drag it to your object. And what you can do is, if you can go material options there, when you change it, it automatically changes it, so you can view it and then change the color whatever you want to. So now let's hit on play and hit W. As you can see, I mean up arrow, as you can see, the cube is going inside the other cube. What we can do to make it collide or make it a solid object is, you need to go back to your cube and add component and add it rigid body. After you add rigid body, hit on play, the cube will drop down to the ground as you have ticked, as it defaultly ticked the use gravity. So when you move forward, and I know it's a bit fast, that's why it's going through. So if we can go back to our script and then change it to 0.5 and change this to 0.5. Now go back to the game and move forward. As you can see, it won't let you go through, it's colliding with it. As you can see, if you go inside, it will just glitch you outside, just like that. So you have the nice little collider there. So if we now look into the scripting in C#, let's say cube movement 1, and let's open it. So I recommend you using C# as it allows you to develop more codes and better than JavaScript. So JavaScript could come handy and easier for beginner, but if you start from C#, then yeah, that's fine. C# is a good programming language for gaming. So so first thing, C# is a little bit complicated. Well, I struggle a lot on learning C#, but I'm still learning C#, so I'm still beginner. So it's similar to this script, but it's like same thing. So let's start. So void start. Let's leave this script alone and move on to void update. So we can give it if input dot get key and give it a bracket key code and say dot up arrow, close the bracket. So the reason why you need to put 2 brackets right there is because you have 2 brackets starting off, and then you can go down, transform dot translate. As you can see, it's the same, but you may find it a little bit complicated. So VEC vector free, or so C# does not use those bracket 0 point those stuff. So what you can do is let's say for this thing, let's create a public and name it object, game object, and give it a name. So obj, or you can say cube, close it with semicolon, and then say start cube dot set active, then give it a bracket, say true, say true, and close the bracket, and then give it a semicolon. And let's go back to Unity. We may have error. So the error is saying the string to type bool. So what bool is, it is basically true or false. So this script is wrong. What we can do is bracket true, bracket, and then give it a semicolon.